All right, people. I'm picking up where I left off on my other video. Of course, I had some people who like to bug me. So, make sure I turn off the phone so we don't have them problems. I turn off like 2 of them. All right, look, check it out. Now, where we left off is we still continue the video on consent. So I guess you could just say this is video 2. All right. Now, without consent, like I said, it can't do too much of anything. I think I pretty much left off where, let's see. Okay, I actually read off the definition. Now, I'm going to give you guys an example of consent and agreement and contract. Now, I beat my charges, right? I beat my charges, but I get stuck with like something very stupid. Like they dropped everything. Like I can walk clean, but it was just like, before you go, we would like for you to go to traffic school. I said, huh? What? What? You know, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? If I beat everything, why do I got to go to traffic school? You know me, I'm very busy, so I'm like, I beat the worst part. The worst part was the criminal charges. I beat the criminal charges. And I'm like, okay. Seemed like she was trying to be nice. Seemed like, okay, look at the word, I am going to go ahead and assign you to traffic school. Okay? And I was like, sure. Just by me saying sure, I entered into an agreement, a contract. For those that don't know, and this is when you come to my videos, I'm gonna break it down for you. You know what I'm saying? I already broke down the consent for you. You know, video 1. This is video 2. So I'm gonna break down an agreement, and I'm gonna tell you, me like when I went back to contest the fact that I entered into a contract, I had to see another judge. You know what I'm saying? It was like a judge before I go and see the judge that I entered into the contract with. So, but before I do that, I want you to look at this, and then I want you to say, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, that does make sense. It does. You know what I'm saying? Shit that makes sense. They don't like shit that makes sense. They like to complicate shit. It makes sense. Okay. Mind you, I didn't sign no documentation. Nothing with my signature, nothing. They got me, and mind you, people, watch that verbal, written, oral, okay? They got me on an oral contract because I said sure. In the courtroom, I said sure. Mind you, she said she, meaning, okay, are you going to pay for it? Is it covered by the state? Is it reimbursable? Is it refundable, reimbursable? You know, there was no terms in agreement. I get something in the mail. I don't like what it says. I get something in the mail. I don't like what it says. You know what I'm saying? So I rejected the contract. I do not agree to the terms and conditions. They send me like 2 letters. Oh, you're in default. Oh, you're you know, whatever they want to threaten me with. I didn't budge. I said, so what? Long as you know, because see, when I go to court, I file my stuff into the case. I go to the recorder's office, you know, and I put my information into the case. I file my motions, put it in. You can't say you didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So, bam. Other than that, let me read off for you real quickly what agreement is, so we can be on the same page. Agreement, AGREEMENT, agreement. The legal definition: the act or fact of agreeing. You know, the second definition is going to be unity of opinion, understanding, or intent, especially the mutual assent of contracting parties to the same terms, you know, agreement. Let's see here. Under common law, agreement is a necessary element of a valid contract under Uniform Commercial Code Section 1 through 201. agreement is the bargain of the contracting parties as represented explicitly by their language or explicitly by other circumstances as a course of dealings. So, okay, we got agreement. Now let me give you the definition of what a contract is. Contract, C-O-N-T-R-A-C-T, contract. Okay, an agreement between two or more parties that creates in each party a duty to do or not do something and a right to performance of others' duty or a remedy for the breach of others' duty. So, a document embodying such an agreement. So I go and request to see the magistrate or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? I call them crooks. I request to see him to let him know that I am rejecting and voiding the contract because there was no meetings of the mind, there was no terms and conditions. You cannot give me terms and conditions a week later. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So I have the right to refuse your contract according to the Uniform Commercial Code and the Court of Law. I have the right not to be bound by any unconscionable contract. It's as simple as that. You know, this motherfucker gonna tell me that it's not a contract. Now, how the fuck are you making all this money a year? Like, you're supposed to be some educated fuckface, you know what I'm saying, sitting up here. How the hell are you going to tell me I didn't enter into an agreement? Yeah, it was an agreement. I can request the court records. I don't give a fuck how much it costs. $20, $30. I can get the court records. This motherfucker said I did not enter into a contract with the municipal court. So I asked him, when you go to court, you can't be scared. That's the only thing, man. You can't be scared. Now, it's a difference between not knowing shit and wanting some help to you know shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be scared. You know, if you know, then don't be scared. Go in there and talk to them like they the nigga across the street. You know what I'm saying? That's how I had the judge fumbling papers and shit like I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, calm down, you know? I'm talking with you, you know, by the maxims of law, like Tim Turner like to use. We are equal. We on equal ground. Like, what are you getting hostile about? You know, so I told him what an agreement is and how it relates to a contract and how a contract relates to an agreement. Okay, so why are you lying from your bench that I did not enter into a contract? So I asked him, who did I contract with, and who did my straw man, if you want to say that, who did my straw man enter an agreement with? Was it the police department or was it the municipal court? He said from his own mouth it was the municipal court. Okay, so the party of interest, let me just hurry and clear this up. The police department dropped all the charges. So the court is the one that said, we would like for you to do traffic school. I'm like, so the agreement is not with the police department anymore. They're not part of this contract. You and I are part of a contract. We're the parties to the contract. So, you just said, for the record, that I entered an agreement. I agreed. This is what he said, verbatim or word for word. This is what he said. You're not going to be able to get out of this. You entered into that agreement. You're responsible for that agreement. He was like, they don't like to look at you. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't know if anybody ever experienced this. They might look at you if but from time to time, they look this way, they look that way, they look to the bailiff, they look everywhere but to you. Like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I mean? Every now and then I caught him glancing at me, you know what I mean? But other than that, he was trying not to, I don't know if it's not to address you. I don't know, like, what is that all about? But he said, I said, sir, I don't have a contract with the court or the municipal corporation or court or whatever. He said, He said, I'm not going to answer that. And I'm like, So he's saying I said, what I entered was a contract. It's not a contract. Then what is it? It's an agreement. Oh, you fucked yourself. Because you just said I entered into an agreement. So whether oral, verbal, written, however you want to put it, it's a contract. It's a contractual agreement. There's terms and conditions in that contract. The term and condition was if I didn't complete your class, you're going to file a default judgment against me. Now, your terms and conditions did not include that I will be paying out-of-pocket costs. I will be paying non-refundable costs, non-reimbursable costs. You can't send me nothing a week later and here's the terms and conditions. No, because the day I agreed, it was assumed that you would take care of it and I would just go. But I get something in the mail stating that's not the case. So I have the right not to reject your goddamn contract. But I'll get to y'all a little later. We're going to go ahead and end this video, but I'm going to holler at y'all.